Hello, hello, hey everyone. This video has to do with the Mandela effect and how it ties in with the soul trap, hell realm, recycling system, sewer matrix. A lot of us remember the lamb laying down with the lion or the lion laying down with the lamb. There's a lot of artwork residue from the Mandela effect that shows that this used to exist in the Bible, in Isaiah, okay? And it no longer does, because it has been changed. A lot of things have changed. The Mandela effect has shown people that this reality is more fluid than people imagined. It can be changed. Things in books can be changed. Things in history can be changed or new. Geography can be changed. Names of cities, locations of places, all sorts of things have changed. If you dig deep into the Mandela effect, it's fascinating and it's mind-blowing, and it can keep you up at night when you first look into it and realize it's true. It's really happening, and it hits you hard in a visceral, emotional way. Anyway, it changed to the wolf will dwell with the lamb. Here's an image here showing the matrix, showing that this is more of a matrix, as that one chick used to say. Angel of Farts. A matrix. Are you going to take a cement truck and seal in the matrix? The matrix. Well, this is more of a matrix. The word matrix is mentioned many times now in the Bible, and it wasn't before. These are rainbow mountains in Peru and in China. This is mind-blowing for people that all of a sudden, they've lived 30, 40, 50, 60 years, never heard of these wonders of the world, and all of a sudden these wonders of the world exist. There's also a Great Wall of India. It's not just a Great Wall of China. I should have put that image in here as well, but you can look it up. Do a image search for Great Wall of India. There are people in India that never heard of it and didn't realize. So, were we completely unaware of these wonders of the world for our entire life, or did they pop up in this reality out of nowhere? Look at those. They don't look real. But there's video of them and people climbing them and stuff like that. It's fascinating. Pink dolphins is another one. It's another big change. A lot of us that have been dolphin lovers since childhood never heard of pink dolphins until the last maybe 8 years or so. Do you understand? And river dolphins. Not seawater, but river dolphins living in a river in the Amazon. River dolphins were news to a lot of us. New to us. Okay? There's been a lot of changes in this realm. Pink dolphins. That strikes some people as ridiculous. What do you mean there's pink dolphins? Well, there are. Now. For most of my life, there weren't. Okay? That's the way this works. World Trade Center. The Marriott Hotel joining the Twin Towers at the bottom. It looks odd because it is odd. Okay? It looks strange and bizarre because it is. Because a lot of us never heard that mentioned. We studied the events of that day and looked into it for years and we didn't see it. And then all of a sudden there's this gigantic hotel. It's right between the towers that way, and it looks so strange. So in my reality timeline, this didn't exist. I did enough research on that topic for years, and I never saw this until recent years. Okay? Do you understand? very strange. Looks out of place. Looks like it was just put there. It doesn't seem to fit. Doesn't seem to add up. Where were all the testimonials of people that were in the hotel that day? They should have been coming out. International travelers staying in that hotel in New York. Should have been survivors saying, yeah, I was in the hotel, heard a crash or whatever, heard explosions and ran out and left. We should have been hearing them for days and days and days right away. From people from all over the world would have been staying there in New York City at a hotel like that. International travelers, business people. Where were all their testimonials? I mean, they should have been flooding in for weeks after that event. That's not what I recall happening at all. Here's Australia. This is another big one. It's a stone's throw away from Papua New Guinea now. It used to be very isolated. That's why it was chosen as a penal colony, because it was very, very isolated. Now you could row a fucking boat to Papua New Guinea or float on a raft. There's even been dogs that have been swept away into the water and they managed to float to Papua New Guinea. It's that close. Okay, the tip of Australia is that close to Papua New Guinea. Think about it. It used to be so isolated, Australia. There used to be just so many, I don't know if I'd say thousands, but hundreds and hundreds of nautical miles, maybe thousands, away from everything. It wasn't near Papua New Guinea. It just wasn't. It wasn't. And Oceania is another one that seems right out of Orwell's 1984. Never heard of it. Fruit Loops. It used to spell fruit, F-R-U-I-T. I have a story of being in a grocery store. My mother pointed to it and said, because I'd always ask her to get those. I wanted that cereal and I was never allowed to have it because my mom didn't allow us to have sugary cereals. We had to have more healthy, low sugar adult cereals. And she said, just because it says fruit doesn't mean there's real fruit in there, Stephen. As a little boy, 3-4-year-old, I remember my mom telling me that and saying it's all sugar. It's not real fruit. Just because it says fruit on the box, it's not healthy. It's not natural. It's just sugar. It's not healthy. And I used to watch the commercials on television. I know what it used to say. I looked up old commercials for Fruit Loops going as far back as you can find on YouTube, and it's all that way now. It retroactively changes it all the way back. Anyway, Fruit Loops is a big Mandela effect change for a lot of people. So what is going on here? What is going on? Those are just a few examples. There's hundreds of Bible changes alone to the Lord's Prayer. So there were whole channels years ago, I don't know if they still exist, illustrating and exposing Mandela effect changes just in the Bible. There was a channel just focused on Bible Mandela effect changes. But there's thousands of changes, including, as I mentioned, to history, historical changes like U.S. history, war history, all sorts of things. Black Tom explosions and the bombing of the west coast of America, the mainland of America, by Japanese. It's incredible what you can find with Mandela effect changes to history. It's pretty incredible. You just have to open your mind. Have to open your mind wider and start really pondering and look into it. Not just open your mind, but look into it. Use Google, do some searches, do some things that people used to do in 2015 when people were really talking about the Mandela effect. We were hunting for things and Googling and searching on YouTube, not just for videos, and then looking at images, and we were trying to figure things out. People are lazy these days. They've gotten lazier. They want everything handed to them, and it's just incredible. If you only knew the work that I put in just on Mandela effect years ago, and memes that I made, including for Disney changes and Alice in Wonderland changes and the Cheshire Cat, we're all mad here. And this is a roulette wheel matrix type of image here. It's kind of interesting. So anyway, the Mandela effect shows that this is some kind of matrix or organic matrix. We're in something strange that's able to be edited and changed, and then it retroactively changes the past. Okay? It isn't just them changing the title of a book and then you can go back and find before it was changed. It doesn't work that way. It's different than that. Or changing Fruit Loops, the design on the box. You go back and it's always been that way. Because reality is edited. It's changed somehow. There's editing going on, revisions going on. This place is more fluid and able to be changed, like computer code, you might say. And they have found computer code, they claim, embedded in this reality that's similar to a type of code for the web. We're in some kind of system. And that's how these illusions can work. It's some kind of matrix. Does that mean that it's just a simulation and not real? No, not necessarily. No, I'm not going that far. Because I don't know that, and neither do you. That really bothers certain people, because people don't like the unknown. They want an answer for everything. Even if there isn't a concrete answer. Even if it's false, they want an answer, even if you give them a false answer. That's how afraid of the unknown many people are in this realm. Many are that way. I would say most humans, or what they call human. So this is kind of an interesting image here. I used a lot of matrix imagery from AI or fake AI. Everything in this realm is essentially fake or not as real as one would be. One's made to believe in a sense, or misled to believe. Here's some more matrix code. I was trying to come up with matrix type images, just to give you a feel for things, to give you the flavor of a matrix. Coded reality. Alright? People want it to be solid and concrete, but it isn't. It isn't. And if you look into the Mandela effect, it might help you understand where you are and what is going on and what can happen here, which could help you understand greater than just this part of the matrix. We're in a hell realm level, okay? But there are levels to this matrix. This hell realm earth level is one level. This might even be multiple levels. And multiple reality timelines might be colliding or overlapping or interweaving here. This is another matrix type image. There's also the astral level, and there's other levels as well that seem heavenly compared to this level. But it's all within a matrix. Alright? So your goal should be, if you're anything like me, should be to get out of the entire matrix. If you're not like me, then don't worry about this. Stay here. I'm not trying to force people out of here. If you love this place, stay here. By all means. I'm not worried about you then. It's your choice. I've told people choose wisely. If you love this hell realm, stay here. I'm not bothered by that. You can stay here forever if you want to. I'm trying to show you that there's more beyond this. And I'm also trying to help you see what this is. I'm trying to explain something that is almost unexplainable, because it is very strange and fluid and malleable. It warps, it shifts, it changes. It doesn't stay the same. It's kind of a cool astrology type image that fake AI spit out. And it ties in. It ties in with the Matrix, Mandela effect, life scripts. It all ties in together. My model is a comprehensive model, but you have to study to understand it. Alright? You won't get it in 5 or 10 minutes. And that's what lazy people want. Well, I put in decades of work to get this far. I'm sorry I can't explain it in 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you want the paperback synopsis on the back cover of a book. You're not going to get the 4 sentences here to explain it. It doesn't work that way because it's more complex than that. You're in a very complex system, in a very dark system, and a system that you would be kind of lucky to get out. And if you don't get out this time, good luck to you next lifetime, because it will get more difficult here, and it will get more difficult to get out. You might never run across this information again in 1,000 lifetimes. That's a possibility that you should face here and now, and say to yourself, some of you should say to yourself, why am I so lazy with researching this stuff? Why would I rather research and look at melted bricks for years on some channels? Melted bricks, how's that going to help me get out? Is it going to help me get out of here or not? You're free to watch that garbage if you want to. You can study that week after week for years and waste years of your life on it if you want, but it's not going to help you. You can keep assuming that this realm was hijacked, that it was a great place, and it was just hijacked and changed. And you can put your false hope and hopium on that if you want to. But that will just anchor you here as well to this place. Thinking, oh, it was once good, assume that it was once good. It'll just anchor you here. I see people doing that all the time. There's a lot of traps that people fall for and tricks. And it will just serve to keep you here. If you want to stay here, I would open the door and say, go ahead. Go ahead. Or I'll walk out this door and say goodbye. Goodbye. You stay there if you want to. I tried to help you. I tried to show you there's another way, but if you want to stay there, go ahead. I'm leaving though. I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here in this matrix, in this sewer matrix, in this hell realm. I'm not staying here. Some of you probably will. Some of you probably will chicken out at the very end. In your dying days, you'll cling to this place, or you'll get tricked or duped by demons that appear nice. They'll come real nice and sweet and say, oh, you got a mission, or oh, you learned a lot in your life. You didn't do perfectly, though. You have to go back. Or they'll show you deceased loved ones that say all the things you want to hear. Just like I've shown in videos with the Star Trek aliens that use entities, archons, or whatever you want to call them, that use illusions. They're masters of illusions. They'll try all sorts of things. I've already warned you and shown you many possibilities. They might try different things than what I've shown, though. But some of you, I suspect, will get weak at the very end and say, oh, this place isn't that bad. Well, maybe you'll have a worse lifetime. Maybe you should say to yourself, if you've had a decent lifetime, it could be worse. Maybe you should look around at other people here, see what they're suffering. That could be you. That could be you your next lifetime. You could be the child in the wheelchair that's born that way, that's a vegetable with a feeding tube, unable to speak, unable to walk, unable to feed yourself and care for yourself. That could be you. I'm not wishing that upon you. I'm showing you the possibility to light a fire under your ass. Because some of you, unfortunately, are almost content with slavery. I see that quite often on my channel. People come to my channel and they don't seem too bothered by being a slave in a hell realm sewer matrix. Some people, it's taken some people years on my channel to realize when I say sewer matrix, I mean it in a very real, physical, literal way. It is a sewer matrix. Literally. And I'm not saying it the way young people say literally every third word. I'm saying it in a real way. It is. I've shown the shit being sprayed. That's how everything's grown here. Grass for cows to graze. They spray it on the grass, on the fields of grass. They spray it for wheat when they're going to grow fields of corn. They spray it where they're going to grow corn, vegetables. So your livestock is eating it, and your vegetables are growing in shit and piss. Animal waste, cow manure, and pig shit and piss, and human waste, piss and shit. Humanure, they call it now. Humanure. Humanure. They're growing your food in human waste. You don't have to like it. You can say that's sick, or I don't like this truth, or, whatever. Or this truth sucks, I've seen people say. But it's true. So you might want to face where you are. If you want to come back here forever, you can do that. Again, I'm not forcing people out of this place. When people say, oh, he's a cult leader, he's trying to make people... I'm not making you do anything. You don't have to watch these videos. You can go to a shit channel. Go to a Flow State channel. Go to a John Levi channel. Go to an Autodidactic channel. Go to a Matt McKinley Quantum of Con Man channel. There's tons of channels for you to go to. Go to an Archaics channel. Go wherever the fuck you want. Go wherever you want. Go get your mind programmed. Go get your brains programmed. Go do that if you want to. I'm not here to control you. I'm here to help people choose freedom. But if you want to be a slave to liars and grifters and scammers and money grubbers, propagandists, you go right ahead. That's your choice. That's part of free will and being a sovereign being and being a being that's capable and allowed to choose. You go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. In fact, I don't want you here if you want to be a slave. I don't want that here around me, on my channel or around me in real life. I don't want slave energy, slave think, slave beings, defenders of slavery. I don't want that around me at all. Anywhere. In fact, I've never wanted that around me, ever, in my whole life. I want free thinkers. I want free spirits. I want good, pure spirits, good beings around me. Beings of conscience. I don't want supporters of slavery and tyranny around me. I don't want that. So if you're on Team Evil, you're part of the shady bunch, or you support slavery, go away. There's countless channels for you, thousands if not millions for you. Go there. Go there. Don't come here and complain. And don't come here and cry if you get hurt, if you say stupid shit or you attack me and you get a response. Because I will defend myself. Stay away from me. I don't want you. I want beings around me that want to leave this sewer matrix. That's what I want. And I'm here to help those beings. That's all I can do. I'm leaving this matrix. And I hope you choose freedom as well. Choose freedom. Choose freedom.